Hi, my name is Ollie and I would like to share the business model evolution of my dear Filterobe, a platform that connects designer clothes shoppers with small designers and fashion labels. In the following, I would like to explain the iterative process of designing, testing, learning and adapting that led to this idea. Let's get started. Filterobe started with the idea of a virtual reality shopping assistant that helps online shoppers with non-average body dimensions to find the right clothes and sizes for them. To gain a more comprehensive understanding in terms of customer jobs, pains and gains, we conducted customer interviews and developed a first value proposition canvas. We could identify several serious pains in the existing online shopping experience. Frustration when clothes don't fit, the long time it takes to find the right outfit, and the fact that sizes vary strongly between different brands. Gains that we identified include that knowing the right size could make it a more enjoyable, easy and convenient experience and ultimately have a positive effect on the customer's confidence. Based on the customer profile, we drafted our value proposition that contains a body type assessment, a clothes matching service and a virtual reality dressing room, and thereby addresses the customer gains and pains. To test whether our customer segments would be interested into our value proposition, we created a landing page and generated 168 website visits in 2.5 weeks and 9 email subscriptions. We didn't generate enough traffic on the website to fulfill all absolute goals. However, our click-through rate of 5.4% gave proof that people are interested in a service that helps them to determine the size. In a second step, we conducted a survey to test the willingness to pay and privacy concerns. Unfortunately, our initial assumption that people would pay for it wasn't confirmed, as 52% of the respondents were not willing to pay for the service. However, data privacy does not seem to be an issue for the majority of the respondents, as 68% were willing to disclose specific body measures. Based on the testing, we had to find a second segment that would be willing to pay for the service. After researching, we came up with a segment of online shops and fashion brands. Their biggest pains are high return rates because of poor fit and high costs to return a product back into the supply chain. By using Filterobe, shops can increase the precision to determine the right sizes and thereby reduce return rate and costs. Consequently, the initial idea of Filterobe was further developed into a multi-sided platform. To test this new business model, we assessed the innovation potential of the idea and found out that there was already a lot of competitors working on the sizing problem, for example Fittle, TrueFit or 3D Apporter. We concluded that there would be high entry barriers. In a stress test, we assessed the feasibility of the business model by comparing two approaches in determining the right size, the initial virtual reality idea and a body twin community approach. The test resulted in the insight that virtual reality should not be integrated into the next iteration, as variable costs to create 3D models of the clothes are too high. Based on the testing, we had to adapt both customer segments and conducted more customer interviews. After the analysis, we changed the value proposition canvas of the online shoppers by adding gains and pains, finding unique clothes with a wow factor, being a trendsetter, and not being able to buy designer clothes online. Additionally, we added exclusivity and access as a pain reliever to our value proposition. In the next step, we downscaled the second segment of online shops to young fashion designers and labels to eliminate the competition with other big retailers. Through interviews with fashion designers and students, we identified their pains. They often don't have an own online shop. They are too busy with marketing and promotion and also struggle to anticipate the right trends. Gains, we identified were planning security and bypassing indirect sales. In order to address these pains and gains, Filterobe matches designers with the right customers and thereby increases their direct sales and profit margin. Through trend reports based on customer data, Filterobe also provides reliable trend projections. In summary, we adapted the scope of the multi-sided platform pattern and kept the initial idea of determining the size. After finalizing the customer segments and value propositions, we defined the other building blocks of the business model. Key channels of Filterobe are its mobile app and its website. Social media channels are mainly used for segment 1 to promote Filterobe and generate registrations. The customer relationship with the first segment is strongly characterized by automation. As identified in the customer survey, Filterobe does not charge any fee to shoppers but offers the service for free. For designers and labels, Filterobe provides dedicated expert assistants that help with relevant questions and issues. Therefore, a telephone hotline and a chat exist. Filterobe generates its revenue through the second segment as based on the survey 79% are willing to pay for the service. The main revenue stream is the profit sharing commission, a transaction-based dynamic pricing method. To attract designers to the platform, in the beginning they can also pay a monthly membership fee instead of sharing their profit. The key resources are mainly intellectual, with the user database and the matching algorithm, but a huge number of talented designers and labels is also vital to make Filterobe successful. Key activities involve platform maintenance and development, but particularly marketing is extremely important to grow the user base of both segments. As based on the network effect, the value of the service for each user increases with the total number of users. To succeed, Filterobe leverages several partnerships. It cooperates with Australian universities and fashion schools to guarantee a constant growth of designer members. In addition, Filterobe wants to partner with fashion bloggers and influencers who would feature and promote Filterobe. Finally, Filterobe is a value-driven business model as it provides a personalized service to its customer segments. Major costs are fixed expenses for marketing, customer relationship management, and platform development. In conclusion, the iterative process involved 16 customer interviews, 2 surveys with 92 responses, and 7 tests to come up with the final idea of Filterobe. Nevertheless, the idea still needs more testing. In the next step, it would be good to collect more valid evidence by randomized samplings. Thank you for your attention.